if you've had time to explore Warriors 1, 2, and 3, now it's time to put them together with some dynamic movement, so moving from one to another. We'll take some time in another video to maybe explore some different variations of those classic postures. But for this one, we're going to flow a little bit. So we'll take the first side a little slower, reviewing some of those placements of your body parts, and then we'll speed it up just a little bit. With your toes, your torso, everything facing the top of your mat, maybe top third. You want a little room behind you because we're eventually stepping back. Next, inhale, can you sweep your arms up and overhead? On your exhale, bring your hands to heart center, soften your knees. Remember, that gives you room to move your joints. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, step your left foot back for Warrior 1. It steps back at an angle, but the right toes, your hips, your torso, everything else is still nice and square facing the top of your mat. With your feet very anchored, inhale your arms overhead, lengthen your side body, plant your feet down. You are in Warrior 1. You can go from here, from Warrior 1 to Warrior 2, but it's quite frankly very awkward with the foot placement. So I love to go from 1 to 3 to 2. So Warrior 3, we're gonna shift the weight into the front foot as we bring the hands to heart center, shift the torso forward, lift your left heel and square that leg. So toes, torso, knee, everything's facing the top of your mat. Begin to shift forward. You can hover with that left set of toes on the mat, or they can float up. Hands can stay at heart, or you can find a variation with your arms back or sides or overhead. From here, we're gonna take it to Warrior 2, which means we gotta step the left foot back perpendicular to right, take your hands back to your heart center, soften that right knee, step the left foot back perpendicular to right. So give it a little time, heel to arch in one long line, stack the hips, the shoulders, the ears, send the arms long. Now you're in Warrior 2. To come out of this one, let's take hands back to heart center. We will walk that left foot forward until you have room to pivot and step. Let's do it other side. This time maybe a little bit quicker. With your feet anchored and planted, toes facing the top of your mat, inhale, arms up. On your exhale, hands to heart, soft knees, pause for the inhale. On your exhale, step right foot back at about a 45-degree angle, Warrior 1, legs. Anchor the feet, square the hips, inhale, arms overhead. From here, we'll go to Warrior 3. On your next exhale, as your torso shifts forward, bring your hands to heart center, square that back leg by lifting the heel off the mat. Rise up. It can be a little hover, or you can take that leg higher. If it gets windy, just embrace the wiggle room. That's where we grow. Choose your arm variation and begin to think about stepping back to Warrior 2. Hands come to heart center, left knee bends, right foot steps back, perpendicular to left. Give yourself time to stack hips, shoulders, ears, arms reach, shoulder blades engage, and then that gaze is out and beyond the left fingertips. To come out, hands come back to the heart, right foot wiggle walks. When you have room to pivot, pivot toward the top of your mat and step the back foot up to meet the front. Warriors 1, 2, and 3 in a dynamic flow. Have fun with it.